Hi, my name is Jenny Hughes, and I'm the founder of the Brave Trauma Therapist Collective. You take care of everyone else and don't even realize that you need to be cared for too. And yet, we have to have people in our lives who get what it's like to do this incredible work as trauma therapists so that we can be human together. I've been impacted too by years of messaging to buck up, build walls, and just deal with it. The only thing that ever did was to push me closer and closer to burnout until I literally almost left the field. Now, I've been really lucky to have great supports throughout my career. And at this moment, when I had reached the brink of burnout, it was actually because I felt so totally alone in the work. I was actually working at a trauma clinic surrounded by incredible trauma therapists, but we were all so stuck in survival mode that we were working in isolation. There was barely even a smile or a nod as we passed in the hallway. And looking back, I feel so much sadness for all of us. And today, I can understand how we were operating really from a place of fear, not wanting to lose our jobs, yet being crushed by an unhealthy work environment. At the time, though, all I felt was anger, resentment, and the need to run. Fast forward to now, and I can tell that this experience was really one of the catalysts that I needed to start the Brave Trauma Therapist Collective. And I can see that my hypotheses around community for trauma therapists have been tested and confirmed time and time again over these past 2+ years. The hypothesis that just knowing that there is someone that understands this work, that reminder that you're not alone, can shift everything for you. And research backs this up. Therapists who have regular peer consultation and community support report way lower rates of burnout and much higher job satisfaction overall. Connection protects us. Support from people who truly get this work is necessary because not everyone signs up for this. My husband sure didn't, and lots of other therapists don't sign up to do trauma work. I often say, HIPAA aside, we simply cannot talk to everyone about our jobs, about our work, because not only do they not get it, but it's truly not fair to put that on people who don't choose it for themselves. So, what does peer support actually look like? Well, it's definitely not one size fits all, and your needs are going to be unique. For some people, it's as simple as texting a colleague after a hard session. We have that support in Brave. We have 24/7 asynchronous consultation and support because we know that support doesn't come just twice a month during live consultation calls. For other people, they really need and benefit from that structured consultation calls or reflective supervision groups. And for many trauma therapists, it is spaces like Brave, designed specifically for us to come together and simply be human. So we're looking at some tiers here, from really kind of more informal of texting someone to let you know when you need help, more formalized consultation groups, to communities that are really built just for you. And those kinds of communities, especially Brave, is a space where we get to let our hair down, where we know we can simply be received. That said, peer support doesn't have to be formal, okay? Some of the most powerful moments of connection that I've ever had have been casual check ins over coffee or quick vent sessions, as we all need between appointments. And I think that's why the isolation was so hard at that job and why it was so crushing. There weren't any of those small water cooler moments or moments of connection like that. And these interactions, those water cooler moments, they're special because they're not about fixing everything. They're actually not about fixing anything. They're just about being seen and feeling understood by someone who gets it. Now, you're not alone if you're thinking easier said than done, Jenny. Whether you're in private practice, maybe you're early on in your career, or even if you work in a group setting around lots of other people but still feel invisible, there are a lot of barriers to finding the support you deserve. And the biggest one, this is what I see time and time again, is overcoming this messaging that I started with. The messaging that we're taught to believe, where if we need support, we're clearly not cut out for this work. To uncomplicate finding supportive spaces, moving beyond that messaging, I want you to connect with and understand your reason why. What is your intention? Why do you want to be surrounded by other trauma therapists? And actually, let's be real. You might feel like that's the last thing that you want. There was a long time for me when I kept my personal and professional lives totally separate. None of my friends were therapists. None of my colleagues were friends because it had not been safe for me. So many of us experience pain in therapist spaces. And for that, I feel so much sadness. And I want you to know that you are not alone and that not all therapist spaces are created equal. So, coming back, once you're clear on your why you're ready to find the support that you deserve, just start small, okay? Reach out to one colleague this week. Just schedule a check in or a quick call, or maybe just converse via text. Remember, too, though, that this is about reaching out to a trauma therapist colleague to check in so that you can be received by someone who also chooses this work and is ready and capable of receiving you, and you for them too. Begin to make this a habit so you can have some regular touch points together. And you might notice that this starts to have a ripple effect on you, on your work, and lightening the weight of it without a whole lot of lift. The next thing that you can do is look for a community or a professional group that aligns with you and your values as a trauma therapist. If you're not sure where to start, look for spaces like Brave that are designed with trauma therapists in mind, okay? And if nothing else, create the space that you need. Create it yourself. Start your own peer group, even if it's just two of you to get started. Give yourselves permission to be honest and vulnerable, to talk about the things that we often hide as therapists, that we protect. Finding peer support isn't about fixing everything, okay? I want to reiterate that for you. It's about being held, just like you do for your clients. It's okay to receive that for yourself too. So, what's one step that you're going to take this week to build peer support? Drop it here in the comments. We really want to hear what resonates with you, and you're going to have even more ideas that I've shared here. Also, if you are looking for a space where you don't have to carry this work alone, please come check us out at the Brave Trauma Therapist Collective, a space where you get to show up, let your hair down, and be human. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.